Daughter Smoke and Bone.
We are.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hi, I'm Christeena.
And you're watching
Game of Tomes.
Daughter Smoke and Bone. We both read it.
Who is it by?
Laini Taylor.
Laini Taylor.
We don't have the book with us because
We borrowed it.
we borrowed it from her sister. And then I read it, and then Christeena read it, and now Brittany's gonna read it. It's for our book club. And sometimes we like to share the books for book club.
And then we don't have to buy it or get it from the library.
Yeah.
And then Jessica was like, we should have annotated this.
Yeah.
And I was
wish
like,
we had
ugh, I wish we would have.
Yeah. So I gave it almost 5 stars, like 4.5. 4.5. What'd you give it?
I give it 5 stars.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did. There were some parts in the middle that I kind of struggled with.
I think for me, it was the second half when it switches storylines.
Yeah.
You want to just do the discussion first?
Yeah, let's do that, because that's where
What
we're
we're
going
doing.
right now, right? Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
We didn't talk about this book yet.
Yeah,
We
we're
wanted
like ready to do that.
Yeah.
Let's discuss.
Okay. I was so into the first half.
Me too.
It was like, I could not put the thing down.
Yeah.
The first 200 pages I devoured
Yes.
in like 2 days.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Me too.
could not get enough. But
Right.
then like,
The second half was interesting and really cool.
yeah.
But it felt disjointed, and like I felt like I lost the momentum that was happening from everything up until she has to. It's like
Mine was before that. Mine was kind of when she started hanging around with Akiva and stuff, and it was interesting. But I think I just kind of like devoured it so much. I started kind of getting into a little bit of a slump. And the thing that so attracted me in the first half was like the Chimera, and just like at first I kept thinking like, I feel like I've heard this story before.
Yeah.
You know, with like angels and demons or, you know, kind of thing. But then the more it kept going on, I was like, I've not heard this story before.
Yeah, I think she took something that could have been very cliche and made it into her own very unique story. And what I really liked about the book was that, first of all, it was YA, but I didn't feel like it dumbed down anything. Like it didn't sometimes I feel like when authors make YA, they go, okay, so these readers aren't looking for sophisticated writing or something.
Right.
And I think her writing style was really beautiful, and it didn't dumb anything down. The story centered around, an 18... Was she 18?
I think she was 18.
And
18 or 19.
It didn't shy away from the fact that, 18-year-olds have sex.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it didn't, it didn't become smutty.
Yeah.
It was like, and then they woke up. You know what I mean? They were kissing, and then, which I think is a choice that this person made to make it more accessible to a wider audience.
She really got more into like the emotional side of it, and then I just thought it was really well done.
I do too. I have like an issue though, and I wanted to talk it out with you because I didn't understand it. So the teeth thing, I thought was very interesting, very cool.
Yeah.
The only thing is like, okay, so this whole time she's grown up around this teeth place, not knowing what it was for, but seeing the violence surrounded with collecting the teeth.
Yeah.
Like she saw the girls with their teeth ripped out
in
and stuff.
Russia or something like that.
And it haunted her, and all the animals, and she was horrified by, what the teeth represented as far as death goes.
Right.
So Akiva comes along, and he says that the teeth is used for magic,
like payment for
reincarnation, and the payment for magic is pain. And she was like, well, if I had known that pain was the price for magic, I never would have made wishes on them. But at the same time, she already knew all the violence surrounded by the teeth.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It didn't make sense for me for her to be like, oh, I didn't know, when this whole time.
I don't think she really
knew what the wishes were like beads, right?
Yeah.
So maybe But I feel like there's like a simple connection there, the wishes and the teeth, and that's...
Well, because they do the teeth, they make them into necklaces, but that's to rebirth bodies for reincarnation.
Yeah, but remember she had the necklace and the...
She did, but they weren't teeth, they were just beads.
Yeah.
So maybe she didn't make that kind of...
connection?
Yeah,
with the wishes,
know.
Particularly? Specifically?
I don't think she made the connection that the teeth were connected to the wishes.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying, and I think that's right. She was out there collecting teeth, though.
Like, she still...
And she knew that it was a bad thing.
Yeah, and she still chose to go and do it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was a little unsure about that.
I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, though.
I don't know if I'm articulating it well enough.
The teeth thing, I was like, what?
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was really cool and interesting. And then to come about that it's actually for the rebirthing of the souls or to make another body for them. And I thought it was cool that, which is kind of like, I guess it would be a given, that the strength or the healthiness of the teeth would go into factor for the healthiness of the body, or like they used diamond for like a very strong, tough body kind of thing. And I thought that was really interesting.
I thought so too. I wonder if they're going to go into more of the process of going from teeth string to human.
Yeah.
That part has been left out.
Yeah, and I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know
how that works.
Yeah.
I do too. One thing that I like is Karoo and how well-rounded she is with her cool blue hair and her funky cool tattoos and her awesome wishes.
Yeah.
And her attitude, her friend.
You said her awesome wishes and I thought of her tickle wishes.
Her itches.
Her itches.
And she was a cool artist, and the way she was just described made me fall in love with her, and...
And see, at first, I kind of was not a fan of her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because the book starts out and it's talking about her and her ex-boyfriend, Kaz. And they're both just beautiful, gorgeous, and it's like describing how beautiful they are, and I was like, ugh. Another book with, like, perfect people in it, you know? And I was just kind of, like, rolling my eyes at, like, oh, angels and demons, and here's two people that are, like, so perfect.
Right.
But the more it went on, clearly I was wrong, like, and I liked her a lot by the end of it, just because she seemed so human and genuine in, like, her cares and her mistakes and her worries and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And that's where I really connected with her.
The thing that I was skeptical about and then came around to was the whole Akiva Karoo love story.
I was I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of weirded out about that at first, because
it was very insta-love.
Yeah, and it was just kind of also out of nowhere.
It was.
To me.
Mm-hmm. And he comes to their room, or her apartment, and then she's falling asleep with this guy that she feels like is a threat to her, and it's weird, but then it turns out that they've been together in another life. Yeah. See, because... And that's why it's so insta-y.
Yeah. Because I didn't want it to be one of those, like, oh, we're on the opposite sides, but we're falling in love. Uh-oh. You know what I mean? But it turned out to, like... And it did... Well, I mean, that did happen. Okay. But they have the history and stuff like that. Yeah. And I did really enjoy getting... some of that history, though.
Yeah, I did too. But it felt like it was like the whole second half of the book. And we didn't get back to...
the whole time I was like, okay, all right, let's go back to Karoo now.
Yeah, and then it did, but at the very, very end.
Yeah, and...
but I still enjoyed that section.
Yeah, I did too.
And I thought it was very interesting, and she's cool. Yeah. Huge bat wings, and he's got his huge angel wings.
Yeah.
Which sound awesome.
I kept picturing her, gazelle legs and her horns.
Yeah. I couldn't picture that very well, the gazelle legs.
I was trying to, but my hardest part was to picture it where the change happens, right below her knee, where it switches, you know? Yeah. But I thought, just like the torso up imagining of her with her huge bat wings and her gazelle horns and her really short fur-like hair, you know? I was just like, ugh.
I think this should be a movie.
It would be a fantastic movie.
We're definitely going to continue on with this series.
Oh, I want to so bad.
I do too. I really do.
Can we just talk about it, though? Because I was completely shocked and very angry.
About what?
that he killed Brimstone.
Oh yeah, I don't feel like he's dead.
I hope not. And all of them that were in there.
Yeah.
Yasri
I think
and
they escaped.
It made me really sad.
We didn't see a body.
I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna be... Because at first, Brimstone, I was like, oh, yeah, he's like a big, cold, uncaring kind of guy.
I never felt that way. I always felt like he was, you know... I felt like you could tell that he was a big softie from the beginning. And that he cared for her.
Felt like he was this authoritative figure that it was just kind of like...
I was annoyed with the fact that he never told her anything, and even when he should have told her things, he didn't. And then I was so upset that note crumbled. I wanted to know what was said on there, because he gave her the key to remembering everything.
Yeah.
And so that's part of why I feel like he's not dead, is because I want to know what the note says, and he's like the only one who would know what the note says. Do we find out what the note says? Because I want to know.
I don't know. Don't tell us. No, don't tell us.
I'm not asking them. Don't tell us.
You just said tell me. Okay, also, I don't know how you were saying his name, but Thiago?
Who was that? That was a bird monkey?
No, that was a wolf dude. Madrigal's guy that beheaded her.
Oh.
Okay, wait. Here's a question, though, that I never quite clarified in my mind through the book. Does he have a human head or a wolf head? He has a wolf head, doesn't he?
No.
He does not have a wolf head. But because he wears the wolf mask at the thing. He used to, but then he...
Yeah. When he was resurrected.
Right. Okay. I, of course, don't like that guy.
No, yeah.
I don't think there's anything else that needs to be said about that.
Okay. I thought it was cool that we got to follow her consciousness after her death.
Yeah.
That was kind of neat.
I also did not feel bad. Were you the only one that was thinking of Memoirs of Geisha when it said Chiro? Isn't there a girl in Memoirs of the Geisha, Chayo or something like that?
Chia?
Anyway. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Who are you talking about in
her friend that betrayed her.
Her friend that betrayed her. Oh.
Which I also thought it was kind of like a catty, not nice thing when she took the time to make her next body with diamonds and stuff, and then she was like, you couldn't make me human, you know? And I was like...
What's it called? Human...
it's like a caste system, but I can't remember specifically.
It's like, it's not first human, it's human aspect.
Yeah, I think that's right, yeah. Yeah, and I was like, she took the care to craft this body like exactly like your previous one, because she wanted it to feel familiar, and she was just a big old bitch about it.
Yeah.
Which I guess, like, I
got her killed. And when she was, when they had her go over her body after her death, and she was crying, I was kind of like...
Whatever. Like, this is your fault. And, like, she pointed out, Madrigal was saying, like, what did she think would happen?
Yeah.
You know? Like, a slap on the wrist. Like, he wants to marry you, and you're having relations with the people they're trying to kill. Yeah. Like, what do you honestly think is going to happen? Oh, just because she's pretty and he wants to marry her, he's going to have mercy on her? No, he's going to be even harsher.
Yeah.
Like, girl, sorry, you're dumb.
Yeah.
I would never do that to you. Just saying. I was surprised I ended up liking this book so much.
I was too. I had very, very low expectations, so that's probably part of this. I was not excited to read it.
Well, and it doesn't help that I'd previously read a little bit, and there's a conversation between Kaz, their first conversation together, where he comes up behind her and spooks her, and I was just like rolling my eyes through this whole conversation the first time I tried to pick this up, and because it was just like cliche, and that was part of it because they were both so beautiful and so gorgeous, and knock it off, Kaz. And I was just like, ugh.
Mind that as much as
Well, the second time around, it didn't bother me at all.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, like, if it was a mindset I was in at the time. Yeah. But my sister, who actually owns it, had also said, I've not really been able to get into it the times I've tried to pick it up. So we really kind of...
It was weird for her to pick it. She picked it for our book club.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't into it, but I'm glad she did.
I told her that, I really got into it, and I hope that she does, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of downplayed it a lot when it was picked. We were like, And it ended up being 5 stars for me. I loved it.
I loved it too.
Yeah. And I didn't read the synopsis on this at all or anything. I went into this one blind. And I loved it.
Me too.
I really want to continue with this.
Yeah, me too.
I think I saw somewhere that there's even a 2.5 book, possibly, I think. Anyway, it's a story following Susanna.
But, like, maybe it's good. That's how I felt about the first book.
Some of the people were saying, like, oh, she was, like, one of my favorite characters and stuff, which I like her, but also at the same time, it's like, this is your best friend, and all of a sudden she's just like, yeah, sure, this other world exists, and, like, she just buys into it. And I felt like she probably should question that more, but...
Also, she was kind of, I think, prepped, in a way, with seeing the images
disappearances
and her talking about the creatures as real.
Yeah.
And then when she saw some proof, she was like, oh, you weren't joking this whole time.
She just handled it so well. She's like, okay.
Yeah. I love this scene where she comes in and meets Akiva for the first time, Susanna does. And she's about to let him have it, and then she's like...
It was so funny. She was trying to put the
That's another thing. This book was funny. I laughed several times.
Yeah.
The wit was, I thought, very clever.
Also, we didn't talk about Razgut.
Razgut? That's how I was saying it.
Okay, I don't know.
Who's Razgut again?
The Fallen Angel?
More recently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he's going to come into, like, a bigger play.
I do, too.
In this storyline.
I mean, they're taking off with him.
Yeah, so...
I wonder if he's going to come back as a full-blown angel again.
See,
cool.
And I wonder what... I would really like to know what he did to get casted out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So... Oh, I remember something I wanted to talk about.
What?
I loved hearing the folklore about how chimera and angels were made.
Oh, yeah?
And when they were comparing theirs. I loved the chimera version of the sun and the two moons. But I thought it was just such a beautiful story.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, he's chasing the moons all the time. And anyway, I thought that was way better than the angels version. But that's cool, too.
I want to go to the cafe.
And sit with Pestilence?
Yeah.
That sounds like a really cool place.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And eat goulash and drink tea.
All right. I feel like we did this. We're done.
We're done.
All right, cool. That's it. Let us know what you thought about this book. When you play the Game of Tomes,
you read or you die.
Come be our friends. Social media links in the description below.
And we hope you're reading a great book.
Bye.
Bye.